Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm doing a quick review, my reaction to the movie Violent Night. And just a heads up, there are going to be some spoilers. So if you haven't watch the movie first and then come and watch this short review that I have. But if you don't really give a damn, just go ahead and watch the spoilers, anyways. So that's your warning. So now let's get into the movie, the way that I saw it, and I want to share that with you. So I saw there's two movies happening. There's two storylines. You have the story of Santa Claus, and then you have the story of the family, this rich family, and the bad people involved. We'll save that for later, but for now, let's talk about Santa Claus. So let's look at the first scene because the first scene starts off actually in Bristol, England. I think that's England, right? Anyways, it starts off in Bristol, and we see Santa Claus in a pub, and in the pub, it's Santa Claus. Then there's this cosplay Santa Claus, and then you have the bartender, and there you have the real Santa Claus just drinking heavily, and you can tell he's just depressed, and he's like questioning why is he even doing this, and then the fake Santa Claus, the one who's doing this as a side gig, he just reminds the real Santa Claus that hey, we're doing this, to make these kids smile, to give happiness. But then the real Santa Claus, he comes back with an answer of, you give kids all of these goodies, all of these gifts year after year, and many times they're not even happy. They don't even appreciate it. And sometimes when you give gifts, they actually just forget about it because you know next week something better is going to be popping up, a better video game, a better toy, whatever. And so Santa Claus, the real one, he's kind of questioning, why is he even doing this if there is no gratitude. And the other Santa Claus, cosplay Santa Claus, he his view is, hey, we make money, we get a paycheck. So we were already seeing in the beginning of the movie that Santa Claus, the real one, he just doesn't know why he's doing this anymore. And for me, I found that very impactful as a storyline. I mean, this isn't going to get an Academy Award, but just looking back at my life, and maybe other people can also find something that resonates with them. But hey, going to work and you lose your passion, or you get burned out, is very frustrating. So I can already relate to Santa Claus. No, he's not seen. They don't put him as this like mystical guy. They put him as just like an ordinary Joe who's just, but he's not ordinary. But he's just so tired of doing the same thing year after year, and there seems not to be any return. So the second storyline involves this couple that's separated. I'm not sure if they're divorced, but anyways, they're separated and they have a child together. But for this Christmas, they're going to, put their differences aside, and they're going to get together. So that's nice that they're trying to be a family and be there for the girl. But then you look at the family, the entire family, and they are people who are just money hungry, and it seems that they really care more about money than about the simple things. And I can see that going back to Santa, he's giving gifts to people all over the world, and I think that he bumps into that a lot, that problem where people aren't thankful or grateful anymore. All they want is the money. So I'm not saying that money is bad, and I don't think that the movie is trying to drive that, but I think that the movie is kind of trying to drive the message that hey, sometimes money isn't just the only thing. There are bigger things in life than just money. And I know, I myself, I do love money. I don't have it, but hey, it would be nice. But even whether you have money or you don't, there are bigger things that you can value in life. And I think that the girl, the daughter, she really captures this because her wish isn't for a toy, isn't for money, but is for the family to be together again. So far in the movie, it's been a very silent night. Not much action, just a bit of comedy. So you have your comedy, you have your action, and then you have your family drama. So I think that the story was kind of all over the place when it came to the genre because you do have that Christmas, you do have violence, then you have that family lovey-dovey, then you have the you have. I think it was a little bit too much. But for entertainment, hell, I mean, it was fun. But anyways, so far the movie is a very silent night. But then what happens is, not to spoil every single scene, but the girl is able to communicate with Santa Claus, not through magic, but through a walkie-talkie, and that's how Santa Claus gets more involved. And as he starts to get involved, you see he has like this flashback, and in this flashback, he's in a battle. He's in a war, this war zone, this battle zone, and they don't show much. I wish that they really showed him being a little bit more active from his flashback. It was just a really quick moment. But it just gets you wondering: will this movie have a prequel? Will it have like a origin story? Is there something more? And that would be, I think, I would really watch. I would watch that compared to this. I think if they had that story of Santa Claus starting off as being some ordinary guy and being a warrior, and how he had, I guess, his change of heart from hurting people to being this, Santa Claus. I would be interested in that. But anyways, so Santa Claus seeing this girl and seeing her pure, like her heart was pure. She wasn't looking for money. She wasn't looking for toys. All that she wanted was her family together again. And I think that Santa Claus, hearing her just gave him that drive that, hey, I gotta fight through this, and she gives him courage, which I think the movie can be a little bit cheesy and corny at times. But like I said, I'm not watching this movie to see an Academy Award winning film. I'm watching this to be entertained, and I think that movie delivered with entertainment. However, there were parts where I think it dragged a little bit, and I think it could have just been a little bit shorter. I think it was a little bit too long. But other than that, I think the drama, but mostly the violence and Santa Claus's storyline were what captivated me the most. Lastly, I think that this movie brings up a very important point for parents, because many parents, and I've seen on Facebook, they always ask, should I tell my child that Santa Claus isn't real? And that's a real issue that parents have to face. And in the movie, the parents, they're facing this issue where this little girl, she's living in a world where Santa Claus is real, and she's talking to Santa Claus, and they kind of look at her as, hey, it's a child, so it can pass. But then it became too much for them, where the dad had to step up and just say, hey, Santa Claus isn't real. And that seems very harsh. And I know that many family members are going through the question whether I tell my child or not. And I think that this movie did a witty way of approaching that, because I think that many parents really do struggle with this. I don't have any kids, so I don't struggle with it. But just seeing people on Facebook bringing this question makes me know that it's a real issue. So this girl, she's questioning. First you have Santa Claus questioning whether this is the life that he wants, and now the little girl is questioning whether she's going to believe in Santa Claus or not, because her dad just told her flat out, "Hey, Santa Claus isn't real." But now the little girl, does her her walkie-talkie work, and she's talking to Santa Claus, and yes, so she still believes, and I thought that was just kind of cheesy, kind of corny the way they did it. Could have been a little better, but hey, it is what it is. And but like I'm saying, the approach that they tackled that issue of when to tell a child that Santa Claus isn't real. And in the movie, I think that's a bad example of when to tell the child that Santa Claus isn't real when you're being held hostage by criminals. But still, it was fun to watch. And if you do have a kid who is asking all these questions about Santa Claus, you know, attached to that question of when to tell a child that Santa Claus isn't real, I think that the movie also answers. It kind of gives answers to kids, so maybe that they'll stop asking you, the parents, about Santa Claus, because in the movie, like at the very end, Santa Claus dies. Spoiler alert again. But because they believe, it brings them back to life, which is I don't know Hollywood magic. But the little girl asked Santa Claus, like, how did this happen? How are you back again? And I love the way Santa Claus answers it, because it's not no BS. Uh, you know, it's not too far out the way he answers it. He just says, I don't know. It's just Christmas magic, or it's just the magic. So it's even Santa Claus doesn't know. So I think it maybe when kids, if you let your kids watch it and they see Santa Claus himself, the man in charge, saying, I don't know, uh, magic, beats me. I think that kids, they might see it and be content with that answer. Okay, magic. All right. So it's if you're struggling with answering your kids' questions about whether Santa Claus is real or not, maybe this movie will help give some answers to your child. But hey, I mean, it's up to you if you want your kids to watch it, because you know me growing up as a kid, I'd be like, how the heck does Santa Claus know if I'm naughty or nice? How is he gonna get in my house if I don't even have a chimney, and yada yada yada? So many questions, and my parents were like, okay, dinner's ready. So hey, like, those questions were never answered. And once dinner was served, all those questions vanished, because hey, what's more important than a nice dinner? Santa Claus, I'm sorry, but he is not more important than a nice dinner, even when I was a child. So hey, so if you want to give answers to your kids about how Santa Claus knows where to go and what to do and where to deliver presents, just say, hey, I don't know, but Santa Claus said in the movie it's magic, so don't know how to explain it. So anyways, that's my review for today. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I hope to see you in a movie theater soon. Peace out, y'all.